In this video, you're going to learn exactly how to trade the 50-minute time frame on gold by combining both market structure together with liquidity and multi-time frame analysis. Now, we're here on gold on the 50-minute time frame, and as you can see, I just took a beautiful short. But what is the actual reason that we took that short? Well, I'm going to show you it step by step, and we're going to start on the 4-hour time frame with a nice and empty chart. Now, what you can see here on gold on the 4-hour time frame is that previously the market was trending in towards the upside, where we saw continuous breaks of structure up higher and higher. Now, when the market is pushing further in towards the upside and you're creating higher lows together with higher highs, what you're ultimately going to be focusing on is simply on trading the trend and looking for further long positions. However, what we saw towards the end of April here was a nice break of structure, confirming the overall trend shift and that we could see potential further downside for gold in the foreseeable future. Now, whenever a break of structure takes place, you always want to understand, hey, what is my impulse in towards a certain direction? Now, what we see here is that this is your impulse in towards the downside. And why it's so important to understand what your impulse is because that is how we will also be identifying liquidity and understanding if we can take a long position. For example, previously we had this here as our impulse in towards the highs, and within that impulse, I identify this as a liquidity low, this as a liquidity low. And once a liquidity low gets taken out, we can ultimately look for the continuation in towards the upside when the market was bullish like it was. And now what we're looking for is that with this bearish impulse in towards the downside, we're going to be looking for a downside continuation. But we can only expect that the downside continuation takes place once liquidity gets taken out. But liquidity needs to be identified within the impulse. This here is liquidity high number one. And the reason for that is because we see the push and then a pullback and then another push down. Then here we have beautiful descending highs, which for me is going to be trendline liquidity. You could also consider this as an area of consolidation. And last of all, we have a little swing high liquidity here as well. So the three liquidity highs within the impulse are now very, very clear. And this is straight away also the confluences of the strategy. We have confluence point number one, which is going to be MS, which I call market structure. And we have confluence point number two, which is going to be LQ, which is also known as liquidity. And for the market to move in a certain direction from, let's say, point A towards point B, we always need these two confluences, which are going to be one, the bearish market structure to understand that we're going to be looking for the shorts. And then we need confluence point number two, which is going to be the liquidity. And what we can see here is indeed we take out the liquidity. We have bearish market structure. So at any point in time when liquidity gets taken, we can expect the next downside move to happen. And we then use the lower time frame to understand that next, let's say, downside move is actually ready to occur. And how that exactly looks like, I'm going to be explaining it right now. Now, just to interrupt myself right there, if you're actively looking to start with prop firms like myself and get those consistent payouts, Prop Firm Match is the best way to compare what the best prop firm is for yourself. It's easy to understand what the prices are. They automatically also give you the highest discount codes. And at the same time, it's also very easy to compare what the overall rules and what the overall objectives are for you to pass a funded account. Now, go to, for example, the 1-hour time frame. And on the 1-hour time frame, once again, the overall market structure is relatively clear, where what you've seen already from the overall highs over here is that we have a break of structure here in towards the downside, a break of structure here in towards the downside, another break of structure in towards the downside. And for myself, this is now my overall 1-hour swing high, and this is now my overall 1-hour swing low. And my 1-hour impulse is now going to be this here, where this is the entire leg in towards the downside. Now, let me just clean up the chart slightly so that you guys don't get confused. Within that overall 1-hour impulse that you have here in towards the downside, again, my mission is to identify liquidity. So where is liquidity going to be positioned? Well, above those small little pullbacks. For example, this here is going to be liquidity high, and then this here is going to be my second point of liquidity. And again, I'm expecting the next downside move to happen from either one of those points of liquidity. So the 1-hour market structure and the 1-hour liquidity also aligns with my overall bias of looking for a short position. Now, the final part of the puzzle is going to the 50-minute time frame. And on the 50-minute time frame, I now want to confirm that I'm looking for a short position as well. Now, what I start with on the 50-minute time frame is, again, first of all, identifying the market structure. And the only difference here is that the 50-minute market structure is actually bullish, where previously we saw a bearish trend with the push down, the pull back, the push down. We've now seen a break of structure here in towards the upside. So ultimately what you're looking at now is a continuation play further in towards the highs, where the 15-minute time frame would ultimately be bullish, right? You see the push up, the pullback, and now you're looking for the next push up. However, there is actually a short position to be taken here on the 50-minute time frame of gold. And the reason for that is the third piece of confluence. Because remember, we have market structure, we have liquidity, and now what I have added in here for you guys is going to be the PVD, which is the premium versus discount. And the premium versus discount is very simply said the Fibonacci retracement tool. These are the overall settings that I use, the 0, the 0.5, and the 1. And I believe personally that whenever the market is trading at a premium, so above the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, I'm happy to look for a potential short position before looking for the next upside leg up higher. Because also when I look at this 15-minute impulse that I have here in towards the highs, I personally believe that liquidity is ideally going to be situated underneath, for example, this low here, or let's say this low here. And once those lows get taken out, I'll be looking for the potential long position. I could also consider this low over here, but ideally the market will always see a deeper retracement towards the 0.5 fib. And also due to the fact that the higher time frame is bearish, I'm happy to look for the short position. So let's just clean up the chart again here. So now with that 15-minute time frame understanding that we're trading indeed at a premium and that the overall higher time frame is bearish, we can look for the overall short position. And I do the exact same thing here now in the 15-minute time frame where I've identified a internal trend that is starting to form. Now, whenever you're looking at the 50-minute time frame, but also at the 4-hour or the 1 hour, you always need to see one form of market structure, and that's going to be looking like this, where what you see are continuous liquidations of internal highs, where this is, for example, your impulse down, this here is going to be your impulse down, and what you want are these little bumps always to be taken out. And what that ultimately looks like is exactly what we've marked out here, where you see that the market pushes in towards the downside, then makes a small retracement up and then pushes one more time in towards the downside, because that means that that small little pullback, that is going to be your overall liquidity high. And aim of the game is to always sell on that overall liquidity high, because we believe that the liquidity is required to get that next move in towards the downside. So what we have here is, again, the market also aligns with that liquidity high with the premium versus discount, the 0.5 fib. We have the liquidity, and that's why I'm now happy to sell that overall internal liquidity high, stop loss above the highs, target the 0.5 fib for a 1 to 2 risk to reward, and that is then when liquidity gets grabbed and the overall real move in towards the downside will then start to form. Now, if you want more confirmation on the overall short position, you can also decide that you wait for the market structure shift to take place, where you, for example, sell on the overall low break that took out the overall high here, and then that sell would be looking something like this, where you place a stop loss above the highs and again also target a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Now, I've seen on the 50-minute time frame that this works the best with a 1 to 2 risk to reward, so that's also what I personally would advise using, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this overall trade breakdown. And if you have any questions, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more 50-minute time frame breakdowns, make sure to let me know. Thanks.